Life Doesn't Frighten Me. Poem by Maya Angelou for George Floyd. May he rest in peace. Um, Paintings by Jean-Michel Basquiat. I believe it's. And this is the book dedicated to me by Maya Angelou when I met her in Boston in the early 90s. Look at these beautiful paintings and the words. And listen to the words. Shadows on the wall, noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Bad dogs barking loud. Well, bad dogs barking loud. Big ghosts in a cloud. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Mean old mother goose, lions on the loose, they don't frighten me at all. Dragons breathing flame on my counterpane, that doesn't frighten me at all. I go boo, I make them shoo, I make fun, way they run. I won't cry, so they fly. I just smile, they go wild. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Tough guys fight, all alone at night. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Panthers in the park, strangers in the dark. No, they don't frighten me at all. The new classroom where boys all pull my hair, kissy little girls with their hair in curls, they don't frighten me at all. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen for my scream. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. I've got a magic charm that I keep up my sleeve. I can walk the ocean floor and never have to breathe. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Not at all. Not at all. Life doesn't frighten me at all. And this is beautiful Maya Angelou, who had a very tough life. Born in St. Louis, Missouri. I also lived there for a while, and she experienced many traumas. I won't get into it. And she's written. If you haven't read her books, please do. I know Why the Caged Bird Sings is a beautiful, beautiful autobiography. And she's written many, many books and also poetry. It shows you that, you know, there's so much you can educate for, but sometimes the best education is life, meeting a soul, a special soul, and those are the best books written. Listen to the titles. Just give me a cool drink of water before I die. Gather together in my name. I'll pray. Oh, pray my wings are gonna fit me well. Singing and swinging and getting merry like Christmas. And still I rise. The heart of a woman. Shaker, why don't you sing? All God's children need traveling shoes. I read that. It's really nice. Now Sheba sings the song. I shall not be moved. So I really truly hope that George Floyd in the U.S. will may he rest in peace. Will get his will get justice. Just read that the police officer who brutally murdered him by sitting on him and watching him slowly die will receive up to 25 years. That's it, up to 25 years. And it's not just taking one life. You took the dignity of a person. If it had been a rat, a cat, anything, it would have been a horrific murder. And this was a human being. I mean, a human being has the power to do so many things, and then he chose to sit on someone and watch them die slowly and smile. I don't think there's anything worse than that, and actually to be filmed doing it. I mean, this reminds me of pictures of Nazis um, smiling as they shoot babies, Jewish babies, or watching a Jewish person scared, naked, scared, being shot. This is exactly what it's come to. And I don't think it's an isolated incident. And what makes me sad is that people are taking it out on the wrong address. It shouldn't be stores. It should be the police force, the government, and the leader. Um, because you can't undo racism. You can't just put it back in the bottle once it's unleashed. And I do not understand how anyone can support this president who has been given everyone such a clear message that there are some people are better than others. And I think I'm really ashamed that in Israel there are people that embrace him. And I think it should be a sign of shame. I'm really thinking this man is just as bad as any racist that has ever existed on this earth. He really truly thinks that the color of his skin determines some sort of superiority, when the opposite is true. Quite the opposite. Very, very sad times in that way. And I'm really sad of the racism that exists everywhere and rears its head when a police officer judges, puts on trial, and executes a man like that. It is just frightening. I understand why people are going mad. Martin Luther King said, "You cannot fight darkness with darkness." And I think it would have been so much more beautiful if people had marched with candles, just marches, peaceful marches. That would have been so much more powerful. But then again, sadly, everywhere, if you don't scream, if you don't shake your dungeon, people just refuse to listen. And Martin Luther King and all these leaders, they ended up dead. Gandhi, because apparently violence is a very, very strong force of destruction. I just think that on the long term, it will destroy the people if you continue to act in violence. So you have to really find a powerful way to express emotions, just like Maya Angelou. I mean, that woman suffered so much and she rose above it. And what she left us was an amazing legacy. Um, I think they should study Maya Angelou in school. I don't know, they do. I don't know if they do. I think the curriculum in school is ridiculous. The stories in Israel, they do study stories, African American stories, but quite not the volatile types, not the they take things that are just, I don't understand why they even take them, how they choose them, and they never change, as if nothing's changed in the past 30 years. Some classic work, some classic literature is still very strong today, but still there's some amazing things written by modern writers that I think shouldn't be ignored, and Maya Angelou should be part of the curriculum in any school, anywhere on earth. So as for George Floyd, the same thing that happens to him happens everywhere. Human life has been treated differently, whether it's black, white, according to your religion, according to everything, and it's frightful when people are encouraged to act in violence against other people, when it's minimized, when people cannot understand. I've seen in the at least YouTube, because I do not have a TV, that the people protesting were also not just dark skinned, and I'm really proud of all those who realize that we're all in this together. And it's a scary place to live in now. I wouldn't want to live in a place like that, but I'm living in a place that also um, it's really difficult. It's really difficult that with some people are just. I'm afraid to get out of the whole area here. I live in a very liberal area that has been sadly polluted by extremists, a minority that still thinks that there is such a thing as a chosen people. There's no such thing as a chosen people. There are people who choose to be spiritual and go higher, and there are people that choose to be violent. That's the only choice. You want to be a chosen person, choose nonviolence and choose not to act in violence. We all have a violent kernel. The question is, are we going to feed it or not? And the leaders have done so little to work against violence in every large country. It's just really not enough. And it comes from education. And if you don't have it, you can't give it. That's the bottom line. If you do not have it, if you haven't worked on yourself, how can you teach others? If it's not a priority, how can you teach others? So Maya Angelou is my teacher, and peace, light, and love.